So the Cheltenham Festival's just a couple of days away now. I'm delighted to be joined by Richard Thompson, director at Cheveley Park Stud, who of course have another brilliant team heading to the festival this year. Richard, I imagine you're excited for what could come in the next few days.
Absolutely, Luke. Yeah. Look, as we know, Cheltenham's a pilgrimage, isn't it? And gets bigger and bigger every year. I mean, there was no Cheltenham last year in terms of going to. It should be this year. It should be even bigger, more excitement. And we're certainly very excited about it and looking forward to it immensely.
And you mentioned the Roar will no doubt be bigger and better than ever for that first race. And one horse that could be going there of yours, Sir Gerhard, will he go for the Supreme or will he go for the Ballymore? That's the big question.
Well, good question. I mean, we're still sort of mulling it over, to be honest with you. And I think we'll probably wait to the wire to actually make that decision. I'd probably say at the moment we're edging towards the Ballymore, on balance. But Willie will make the final decision on that one. We'll go with what Willie recommends on that. Absolutely.
And he obviously won the champion bumper last season in good style with Kilcrut just behind, and then the form was reversed. So there's plenty of good form lines going into Cheltenham anyway that them two could be big contenders this year again.
Oh, totally. Look, I mean, we were delighted to win the champion bumper for the third year running, obviously last year, which was incredible. But look, I mean, whether they go to the Supreme or the Ballymore, we'd expect a big performance. But as you say, we know it's a hot division, a very hot division.
And another one who gave a huge performance last year, Allaho, one of the best performances I've ever seen at the festival, and he's been brilliant again this season. And imagine we'll be going back to the Ryanair to try and defend his crown.
Yeah, well, he's nailed on for the Ryanair, absolutely. And as you say, he hasn't put a foot wrong this year. The John Durkan, obviously, and then the Grade 2 he won recently. And last year, as you say, again, fantastic performance, dominated it, as you know, from the off basically, and nothing ever got close to him. And he's a fine horse, Allaho, and he's well fancied, as you know. So yeah, I mean, we've got to be hopeful.
And that seems to be his distance now. You're pretty happy with sticking at 2.5 miles. Obviously, he's run a bit further and then had to go a bit shorter, but that looks where he's at his best.
I think that's right. I mean, I think that, next season, on the basis he's fine for next season, you never know. We might look at something a little bit different, but, we were, for this current season, the 2.5 was where we wanted to be with him.
Excellent. And Applutard in the Gold Cup, obviously second in that this year, but won the Betfair Chase at the start of the season close to us at the Tote HQ in Wigan, and we all enjoyed that victory, and we're hoping that maybe he can turn the form around in the Gold Cup with Manella Indo.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you actually look at Applutard, his last 4 runs, he won the Savills, second in the Gold Cup, won the Betfair Chase, second in the Savills. This is a very strong CV. And obviously he also won over 2 miles, beat Shackle Pressoir at Leopardstown 2019, and he won the listed Close Brothers in 2019 at Cheltenham. So this horse has a fine CV now and is a class horse. And as you say, the Betfair Chase was, well, what can you say? It was one of those performances that you don't forget. It's in the memory bank. But yeah, I mean, look, see how the race pans out. He'll have probably Rachel on him, Henry training. We've got to be hopeful again of being in a shake-up. But the Gold Cup's the Gold Cup, isn't it? And, anything can happen in the Gold Cup. But yeah, we're hopeful he runs a big race, of course.
And I'm pretty sure that Rachel is she guaranteed to ride him in the Gold Cup?
It looks that way. It looks that way. I mean, the final commitments haven't been made, but that's the way it seems, yeah.
Excellent stuff. And another one who is a winner for you at the festival last year, Quilixios in the Triumph Hurdle, has been a bit in and out this season, from second to Tote, who looks like he'll go to the Champion Hurdle, but still strong enough form. And with that Cheltenham Festival win already in the bank, I imagine that you may think she's a bit of an outsider for something like the County off the mark of 151.
Yeah. To be honest with you, Luke, we're not going to. We won't run him in at Cheltenham. We might go to Aintree and step up in distance a bit, and he'll be a chaser, obviously, longer term. So no, he won't run on the Champion. Obviously, well, he's not running the Champion. He won't run the County either.
Excellent, but probably be a nice prospect for Aintree then on that slightly better ground in the spring. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Look, I mean, he's won us a couple of Grade 1s. He won as you say, the Triumph. So we just thought, you know what I mean, we're not, we don't need him to run at Cheltenham. He's been a bit in and out, so we'll probably go to entry.
And a horse that many racing fans loved, and it sort of went the wrong way last season for him in Envoi Allen. We were recently at Henry de Bromhead Yards, and we've seen him getting a massage, which people can see on our YouTube channel, and it shows the care and attention that these horses get, and it's good to see that he's slowly coming back to himself now.
Yeah, look, I mean, he's a fascinating horse, isn't he? 6 Grade 1s. As you know, he was unbeaten for a number of races early up until Cheltenham last year. We know what's happened since then. But, the horse is class, isn't he? The horse has got quality. But, we're leaning towards a champion chase with him. We'll take our chance probably there. I mean, we're up it's a very hot race, as you know. But, yeah, the horse is obviously, on his day, as we know, he's top draw. But yeah, he's and even the John Durkin was disappointing, obviously, to when he finished 5th or whatever to Allaho, and then obviously the 2-miler at Leopardstown, beating Battle Over Doyen. It was a little bit of a slog. He still won it, but there's question marks over him. But he doesn't owe us anything. He's been fantastic for us, and cross fingers he puts a good performance.
Exactly, and from a Tote point of view, I imagine there'll be a few people put him in the play spot and things if he can run into a place with the form he has at Cheltenham. What we've seen there, he'd definitely be a play spot shot, I imagine.
Totally, absolutely spot on. Yeah.
And just into some of the other contenders, not as big a profile names, maybe Ontheropes, who won the Munster National in October, would be a first trip to Cheltenham if he goes, and then maybe on to the Grand National, I imagine, or something like that.
That'd be the way. Yeah, CA runs on Tuesday in the National Hunt Chase, and then potentially the Grand National. He's got a nice weight in the National, so that could well be the way where he goes. Yeah.
Excellent, and a horse that was a bit of a talking horse at the start of the season, Classic Getaway. I think just from looking at what might have gone to the bumper from your ownership anyway, and then he's gone over hurdles, second to Cashback on his first start on heavy ground, but then improved again since, and he's a bit of an outside name if our Tote ambassador Annie Mullins has anything to say about it anyway.
Yeah, look, I mean, we it'd be fascinating to see how he goes next Friday in the Albert Bartlett. That's where he's probably going to run. So, yeah, I mean, he's a horse that cost a lot of money. He's obviously a horse that seems to have, or is touted to have, a lot of potential. But yeah, he needs to do it now. He needs to let's see what happens. I mean, it's he's into a Grade 1 there. But yeah, we got hope. He's a horse that we would feel very strongly about for the future.
Excellent. It'd be great to see how he progresses. And similarly with Ballyadam, obviously second in the Supreme last year, and has gone off the boil a little bit this season, but is in the county hurdle. And again, another interesting name with the record that he already has there.
Absolutely. Look, Ballyadam has won a Grade 1 for us, as you say, slightly off the boil. Lost his way a little bit. We tried him at fences, brought him back to hurdles. Again, next Friday it'll be very interesting to see how he does. He's working well. He seems to be in good form at home. So again, we'll see how he does on the day.
Excellent stuff. And just one name that might go deploy the Getaway. It's in at Naas on Sunday. Will he then go to the festival as well?
No, he wouldn't go to the festival. No, I think we're gonna sort of leave that this year, let him mature a little bit further.
Brilliant. And then obviously the Cheltenham Festival is this in the next week, but then we'll be quickly approaching the flat season. You've got plenty of contenders that'll go that way as well. The likes of Inspiral that was good last season, and plenty of Whirlpool days from a Tote point of view, which I imagine is of huge benefit with more money going back into the sport for connections like yourself who support the game so much.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, as you know, obviously as fairly large owners on the flat, it's the Whirlpool initiative obviously is fantastic, and obviously anything to increase the pot obviously on the flat, because that's obviously been the issue, as we know, and that's where things have obviously there's pressure on prize money all over the shop, as we know in the UK. So yeah, look, we've got a number of we've got big hopes for Inspiral. We've got big hopes for Sacred. We've got some nice 2-year-olds. We've got some a handful of nice Ulysses 3-year-olds. So yeah, absolutely, the Whirlpool. Big fan of the concept.
Excellent stuff. So we wish you the best of luck, Richard, for the festival. We'll hope to catch up with you after it and see you in the winners' enclosure a few times during the week. But from a total point of view, it'll be great to follow your horses over Cheltenham as it always has been in the last few seasons.
Thanks, Luke. Thanks very much. And yeah, fingers crossed. We've got 46% strike rate in the last three seasons at Cheltenham, 15 runners, 7 wins, and 12 altogether in the first three. So it's hard to see that we can carry that on, but hopefully hopefully one or two of the horses will run very well.